So I can't help but notice I have not been blogging a whole lot. My Microsoft can suck it video largely came out of the desire to blog something the other day and not be able to do anything with the video. It was frustrating. I hate the fact that Microsoft keeps improving their video production software that's free. And by improving, I largely mean adding crap like the ability to videotape your webcam, but no longer add QuickTime to your videos. That kind of thing is stupid. If Microsoft makes some sort of camera that has high-def video and works well, I would be excited about it. I would probably even want to do it. But they don't. So, a lot of rain lately. Today, I felt very white trash walking around Walmart with my cheeseburger. I hadn't eaten today, and I had been deeply into Evany for a while, and was emailing people, and Elmer got me involved in the game. Evany's got a lot of crappy advertising with hot chicks in peasant clothes, and you can tell there's a certain number of people who come to play this game because they think there's going to be hot chicks in peasant clothes. But basically, it's a classic real-time strategy game. It's all about building armies and conquesting stuff. You join alliances of people, and those alliances fight each other. So do individual people. Our alliance is largely comprised of retarded people. And the only reason that we're in there is because Elmer thought it might be a good idea, and the people were going to attack us. Of course, if we would have known, and if I had been playing for, I don't know, another week or two when it happened, we probably would have risked it. So it's me, Eric, Elmer, and his sister, or his daughter. And ironically, the four of us are we're like 70% of the prestige of our guild. Largely because since we talk to each other on the phone, we coordinate attacks and do stuff. And the guy who runs it is a total idiot. So, it's kind of fun. I'm actually probably going to go out and try to find more Facebook people to play. I've already found there's already some dude who keeps sending me Facebook messages because Elmer and I he attacked my city, and there was no real reason for it. It just, we were sitting there and he attacked my city and told me that if I didn't join their alliance they were going to bleed me dry. And so I managed to make some troops and put up some defenses, and he came to attack me, and my level of technology is high enough that I could see where that attack's coming from. So, in the time that he took him about an hour and a half to launch the attacks to come get me. In that time, both Elmer and Abby were a lot closer to his base to start than he was close to me. Hour and 27 minutes into his attack, he started getting warnings because wave after wave of people were coming to attack him. And Elmer sent him a message that said, hey, it was a pain in the ass coming all this way to take all your stuff, so we're going to take a bunch of it, but we're not going to take it all. I suggest you turn your troops around. Because, quite frankly, if you continue attacking his city, you may or may not take his city. But if you do, you're not going to be able to come back to anything. Apparently this really, really angered him. He keeps sending me hate mail. I find that really funny, especially because I wasn't even the evil one there. It was mostly Elmer did the ass kicking. So, yeah, so that's sort of fun. I enjoy doing it. just amazing amount of rain in the last week or so, which mostly has made me stay inside. Today I had to go get chicken gumbo soup. It's weird, there's this thing that my mom makes that I remember from childhood, but I haven't thought about it in forever, and it's basically pork chops cooked in Campbell's Cajun style soup. And I think it's something that when I remember it in my head, I always remember like pork chops and mashed potatoes with this really weird thick gravy, and that's what it is. And so I bought a couple other things and was wandering around Walmart. I don't mind going there. People ask me why I'm not there. I talked to the cute girl who does the milk now. She's like, hey, I haven't seen you forever when I walked to my car. And I looked at her and I was like, yeah, that'd be kind of creepy if I was sneaking around looking for you to walk to your car. And she just stares at me and she says, yeah, I work days now. You still work nights? No. She's like, oh, okay, that makes sense now. Now I understand where we're going. How come? I don't know. Just wanted somebody else. Various people have... It's interesting the way people have lots of things to say about that. The old woman who, my first week there, she asked if I had a gun, and I said, no, I don't have a gun because my job is incredibly boring, so I might shoot myself or somebody else out of boredom. And she said that wasn't funny because 2 of her kids had committed suicide. Then about a month later, somebody noticed I was sick for a week, and I didn't take the time off, I just didn't go into the store. And they said, if you were sick, did you go home? I said, no, I just didn't come inside, it's too far, it's too cold, it's too wet. And she said, were you throwing up or anything? And I'm like, nah, I don't think so. She's like, oh, you could have had the flu. I said, I wasn't throwing up. If you're not throwing up, the flu doesn't matter. You just feel like crap. It's not going to kill you. Yeah, her father died from influenza in like 1940 something. So I tried never to talk to her. But she patted me on the arm and said, hey, when she found out that I didn't work there anymore just because they had just replaced me arbitrarily, she said, hey, well, you shouldn't feel special. Everyone who works here is part-time. We're all part-time. We're all temporary. They get rid of us anytime they want. We all know that. She's like 60. So they just replaced you for no real reason? So yeah, whatever reason they decided, they didn't really tell me. And let's be honest, we figured if I was gonna get fired, it would be over something. I like to think it'd be over something big, potentially with a lot of bloodshed or mayhem. And she's like, was there a lot that went on in the parking lot that we don't know about? And I laughed and laughed. Oh yeah. There was quite a lot that went on out there that you just don't even want to know about. So that was kind of fun. Yeah, most of the people were fairly gracious. They were kind and such, and so it's not that I mind going back to Walmart. I just haven't done it. To be honest, I kind of think that I've spent enough time in a Walmart. I mean, I'll go there to shop, but I know the store inside and out. Not really. I always feel kind of rushed when I'm in there. I always feel like I have to get back to something. So, I was going to hang with Ted in the deli earlier this week. Ted's a bitch, by the way. Ted's like, hey man, you want me to buy you lunch? You going to stick around? I said, yeah, that'd be great. Apparently I confused him with my subtle subtext. I waited around for him to come out and he didn't bring me lunch. I said, dude, you didn't bring me lunch. He goes, oh. I thought you said you said you didn't want me to do that. said, what exactly did I say? He said, that'd be great. And something else? Yeah, I wasn't listening to you, was I? No. He's like, dude, I'm sorry. I'll get something else. We can go hang out somewhere, which we talked about before. We talked about his girlfriend, how he may or may not be single. And briefly I got to talk to Christine, who is the girl I gave my heart-shaped brownie to on Valentine's Day. I noticed that the brownies my mom made were heart-shaped. And on Valentine's Day, I just didn't even want to eat it, and I had it in my pocket of my jacket. And she looked a little down, and so I said, how do you feel about chocolate? And her eyes got big, and she said, I love chocolate. And I said, how do you feel about a heart-shaped chocolate brownie? And she's like, is it homemade? I said, yes, but not by me. And she looked at it like, is it laced with anything? Sort of a funny look, and I said, nope, not that I know of. If it is, my mother's definitely in trouble for feeding me some sort of creepy-ass brownie that's dangerous. She said, all right, and so she tried it and liked it, and it was cool. We've talked a bunch while I was getting food and sampling things and just being in the store, so I thought of an incredibly clever way to let her know that I was going to attempt to be her friend, and I will save that story for basically until I found out how that goes. We'll see what the response she has was. If it's, oh, I hate you and get away from me, creepy dude, then I probably won't tell the story. And if I end up hanging out with her, I'll probably blog about it. Damn, this water makes me have to go to the bathroom or something. So, yep, that's it. That's all I got to say.